I love Christmastime. I love Hallmark movies. The fives, which can be a challenging number. The Yuletide Tarot. I really like it. Let's do a reading for the collective, a card for our strength, and a card for our challenge. Do you love winter time? Are you as camp as Christmas? Well, so is this tarot deck. Today, I am so excited to present to you the Yuletide Tarot, and this is by Kristoffer Hughes. What's up, everyone? It's your boy Kyle Gray. Welcome back to my channel, where I share with you some of the coolest and most wonderful tarot and oracle decks that exist out there in the world. And my life's purpose and mission is to help as many people get spiritually connected as humanly possible. And one of the ways that I've done that in my own life is through working with tarot and oracle decks. And in preparation for, content on this channel, I was looking on Amazon for some of the coolest, most wonderful tarot decks out there. And I came across this tarot, the Yuletide Tarot, and it was published by Llewellyn, and I was like, this looks super cool because it's called Yuletide Tarot, not Christmas Tarot. So there's a pagan influence happening here. And let me read the back of the deck to you. Keep the childlike wonder of midwinter burning brightly with the help of this festive deck, featuring reimagined suits of candles for wands, good cheer for cups, canes for swords, and gifts for pentacles. The Yuletide Tarot honors the spiritual time of year while remaining true to Rider-Waite-Smith style. Best-selling author Kristoffer Hughes' guidebook presents detailed descriptions of each card's keywords, meanings, and holiday lore, as well as 5 unique midwinter spreads that will deepen your connection to this magical season. Includes 78 card deck, a 312-page full color guidebook. Looks really cool. Let me just show you inside the box. I've taken the cards out for ease, but the art is by Erin O'Leary Brown. The deck opens up with this magnetic side, opens up into a box like this, and it says, on the shortest day and the longest night, my gift to you is the warmth of light. The deck sits inside there with a little ribbon to help you pull it out. And once you've kind of unlocked a deck, it's kind of hard to keep in the box, especially this one. It was super slidey, which is actually super helpful when you're spreading the cards out. But if you want to kind of keep them contained in a box, not so easy. So there we go. The back of the deck is a wreath, and there's holly around it. And yeah, like I said, the cardstock is actually really good quality and super shiny, so therefore super slippy. And then just looking at the guidebook, a lot of love has went into this. It's full color. It's not often you see a full color guidebook, and it's got images of each of the cards inside to help you get to it. And the artist and the author have worked really strong with this oracle because the suits are changed to a more festive theme. But inside, you'll also find keywords at the top and then a bigger description that goes into 2 pages of the meaning and the reverse meaning as well. So really, really cool. And I think this is a brilliant deck. I'll definitely use this winter. And, there's some really cool spreads there, like a Christmas tree style spread. So let's talk about it. Let's have a look at it. So if you are new to the tarot, then this might not be the easiest one to start with. If you already know the tarot, this is going to have a bit of fun connected to it. So the tarot is a 78 card deck. The tarot is broken down into 2 groups, the majors and the minors. The major arcana is a 22 card journey. And it's the journey of the Fool. It starts at card 0, traditionally called the Fool. In this deck, it's called the Child, because, children, Christmas, Yuletide, all that stuff. And it's this 22 card journey And the major arcana represents kind of some of the trials and tribulations of life. And then you have the minor arcana, which is broken down into four suits. The four suits are based on the four elements of earth, air, fire, water. The earth cards represent physical things like money and home and security. You've got fire, which represents your emotions, your creativity, how you're exerting yourself. You've got the air cards, which represents thoughts and ways of thinking, and kind of intellect. And then you've got the cups, which represent emotions and all the things to do with feelings and relationships and choices that we make. So to have a deck that reimagines them into the theme of kind of Yuletide is super, super cool. You know, bringing the wands to candles, the cups to good cheer, the canes, which are the swords, and the gifts, which are pentacles. This kind of theme, which is super, super cool. But if you don't have any idea of the tarot before that, it might be a little bit difficult. So let's have a look at the 22 majors. You've got the Child, the Magician, I don't know how you say this, the Marilaid, I guess it's in Welsh because I know he's Welsh. The Matrona, which is the Empress, the Holly King. The Holly King is part of a pagan tale. So there's the solstice. The Holly King and the Oak King fight for who's going to take reign, and that's what season wins. Sinterklaas, mistletoe, the chariot, Santa on a sleigh, strength, Santa with a kind of reindeer, Father Christmas for the hermit with the torch, the wheel of the year, justice, and it's a little child with coal, the hanged man, the death, which is giving me, you know, Ghost of Christmas Past energy. Balance, which is the temperance. You've got Krampus for the devil. We were looking up Krampus because I was like, is Krampus good or bad? And Bob's like, I think he's mischievous. And he takes gifts away from children who are bad. The lightning tree for the tower. The star on top of the tree for the star in the tarot. The moon. And it's a family sitting around the fire with the moon and the picture behind them. The sun, which is like people having a little party outside with wine. The list, which is like the judgment card. And then the world, which might be like Santa's wife. So they're beautiful. They are a really beautiful card. I love how mistletoe is the lovers. And there's this kind of Christmas theme here. But if you don't really know traditional tarot, like Rider-Waite style tarot, you might have to evaluate it a little bit before you go into this. So I would say not getting full-on beginner's vibes for this tarot. With that being said, I really like it. I think it's really cool, this journey of the full Christmasified. So let's have a look at some of the minors. So here's the aces of candles, good cheer, canes, and gifts. The twos. Twos are about partnerships coming together. Aces are about triumphs. Threes are about more information, connection, friendship, also clarity on things. Interesting, the Three of Swords, which is the Three of Canes in this, is usually a card of heartbreak or disruption. It's interesting that you've got the canes going through a mushroom. The fours, which are about seeing from a better perspective. The fives, which can be a challenging number in the tarot. It can be sadness, it can be, arguments, these kind of things. Like this naughty little kid with the melted snowman. They're like, what happened? Sixes are usually happy cards and joyous memories and kind of balance to things. Sevens are about choices for me. Eights are about a journey with something. Nines are can be positive and negative. The pentacles are often really, really positive, but the nine of wands and the nine of swords can be like reckless and busy nights and sleepless nights. The 10 of wands can be really heavy. It's like walking up the hill. The 10 of cups is often very, very positive. It's like union and happiness and marriage. The 10 of swords is like being stabbed in the back, like this melted snowman with canes in it. And the 10 of pentacles is usually like financial security, warmth, all these different things. Now we're going to go into the court cards. Here's your kings. So, oops. See what I mean? How slidey these cards are? They're like zooming around. Here's your kings. So kings are like masculine energy, can be about like reaching a certain point of strength, success, happiness. Your queens, I think, are usually the highest with all of the courts. They represent these feminine, powerful, fully in their feminine energy. You've got the knights, which are often called the princes. The knights are, in some decks, the kings, and in other decks, the princes. But in this place, they're the prince. And, they're getting there in their life, but they're still a little bit reckless and naughty and don't always think things through. I've never felt that I've ever got past prince to the king. So, and then you've got the page, which is the most sensitive of all the courts. So yeah, here we go. So what I found is this deck is really cool. I love Christmastime. I love Hallmark movies. I love Yule logs. I love, I get Christmas decorators. Like, I love Christmas. I think it's a really lovely time. And I think if you're really interested in that time of year, or you are a reader who does readings at this time of year, this could be a really fun and festive deck to get involved with. So it's a really nice deck. I think previous tarot experience is required. And I think if you're buying a deck like this, you've probably already got experience anyway. But there are going to be people who just buy it because they love Christmas. You might have to use the guidebook a little bit more. So let's do a reading for the collective using this tarot. Just so you know, this was one of the more expensive ones, and it makes sense that it was expensive. We have a jumping card. So it was £30 and it says $32.99 US. So I don't know if it was more expensive because it was imported from the US, but it was about £30 for the box. But I think great value considering it's a color printed book and it comes in a really nice presentation box with magnets and a ribbon. None of that is cheap to create. So the tarot today, the reading that we've got is just guidance for the year ahead. So we'll do one card as a strength, one card as a challenge, and the third card can be our card of luck, something that we just need to know. So thank you, guiding spirits, for bringing to our awareness and our attention what we need to know today. A card for our strength and a card for our challenge. Okay, here's our strength card, which is the Queen of Gifts. Now, it's the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the Queen of Pentacles brings in the energy of preparation. It brings in the energy of safety and groundedness. The gifts represents earth. It represents the pentacles, which is about, having a sense of security. And so our strength at this time, with this card coming up for us, represents all of the commitments that we've made to pay the bills, to have a roof over our head, to feel like our home is a safe place, about preparing our physical space. That could be about getting rid of things we don't need, cleaning up our physical space, kind of holding all parts of the home down in order for it to be a positive, loving place to be. So the Queen of Gifts represents, this sense of preparation, this dedication, this loyalty to the home and to everyone connected to the home. And it represents, taking time to acknowledge within us our ability to kind of hold the fort and make it that safe place that it is today. So by watching this right now, your guides and the messages of the guiding spirits that surround you want to acknowledge your commitment to making your house a home. Making that place that you are in right now a safe place for you to be. And that's very, very good. And it's not about being egotistical. It's actually about acknowledging your commitment to that, giving yourself, respect and acknowledgement where it's due. The challenge card that we've got today is the King of Canes. And the King of Canes is, by what I'm remembering from this deck, is the King of Swords. And the King of Swords can be not reckless, but can be very sharp. It can be about direct and honest and to the point. And this is about directing our thoughts with awareness. Our challenge today is to recognize that within us is this ability to think for ourselves, and to make our own decision and our own call if something is for us or not. So right now, you might be allowing outside forces to sway your decision. And your challenge is to take matters back into your own hands and to recognize that within you is the ability and the capacity to make your own decisions and to direct your own thoughts. So do not allow outside forces to direct you on your way. So right now, your guidance is acknowledging what you do and how you commit to make your home space and your own place safe, and not to allow outside sources to sway your thoughts and your direction. You can think for yourself. Here's our lucky card. The Seven of Gifts. Now, I call this card the Sower of Seeds because the Seven of Pentacles is about the harvest. It's about bounty. It's about, the fruits of our labor. And this card, as you can see, the Seven of Gifts, he's kind of got these presents hidden under what seems to be a bed. And it's about, what I've got stashed away. You are here being encouraged to acknowledge your bounty, your hard work, the fruits of your labor. Take some time to acknowledge what you've been through, what you've faced, what you've overcome to get to this point today. By acknowledging the fruits of your labor, you will therefore command into your life even more fruits, even more blessings. If you don't acknowledge the fruits, the blessings, the bounty, then you're getting stuck in this place of continually overworking yourself and to the bone. By taking time to acknowledge your blessings, you magnetize more blessings towards you and you get to enjoy all the hard work you've put in. So that's what the Seven of Gifts is all about today. This has been an introduction to the Yuletide Tarot by Kristoffer Hughes, art by Erin O'Leary Brown, published by Llewellyn Publishing. I think it's brilliant. You need to know the tarot in order to work with this, I would say, but a really powerful tarot. What's up, it's your boy Kyle Gray. If you enjoyed this video today, I invite you to like and subscribe. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and leave a comment below with your thoughts on this video.